All right, everyone. Alex and Gio, we are live. Another week chat. Well, actually, I keep saying another week, even though we are like probably a month after the previous one. So, yeah, we're not getting very good at doing these regularly. But how you doing, Gio?
It's Christmas time. Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm okay. Wishing everybody out there, all our people out there, all our subs and all our Facebook crew and everybody else who's watching and supporting RaddTitan, very Merry Christmas and hopefully a happy 2018 upcoming.
Yeah,
everything's good, man. Everything's really good. Got through Christmas. I got through the family thing. Had people here. Didn't kill anyone. So it was. I didn't spend any time in jail. So it's good. It's a win.
It's always a plus, I guess. You know, it's always
a win. How did you do?
I nearly killed them all, but that's the thing. You know, it's the difference. No, I worked up until about 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and then I started again the day after Boxing Day. So I only had. Didn't have that long off really. And then when I got my dad actually come pick me up from work on Christmas Eve, come home, sort of had my family at dinner, and then what was it? I think Boxing Day was my dad's 60th, and I think he ended up having to fucking sulk and went home early, as he does. So,
it's a hard age to turn, isn't it? That's got to be a tough age.
Well, I think he does it every Christmas. He ends up getting pissed off about something and fucking off home. But anyway, it weren't me this time.
Reliable.
It weren't me who upset him this time, so that was a plus. I think it was my sister.
Plus, yeah, quids in, man. Quids in.
I think it was my sister this time.
Winning.
So, yeah.
I got the Cyclops premium format in from Sideshow. I've actually been coveting that piece for a good few years, but the prices have always been wrong. It's always been a stupid price. And then
the prices have always been wrong.
Yeah, they're wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I explained to people. Right? Let me explain it here, right? I have a ceiling. I don't care what other people pay, and I don't care what other people think it's worth. That's irrelevant to me. Usually, when I see a piece and I see it in hand, I will say I will pay this much for that piece, and I don't go beyond that. I don't really care about I don't care about the market. None of that means anything to me. I just wait. I sit patiently and I wait for it to come. This guy had it up for ages, like on the bay for ages. I kept saying to him, "Have you got any pictures? Have you got any more pictures?" You know what I mean? One with it lit up and all that sort of shit, you know. And it just took months. It was going back and forward for ages. He had it quite badly listed, you know. I learned from you, you know, when they don't list it very well. Yeah. Like if I typed in Cyclops premium format on eBay, it was not coming up. But if I typed in Sideshow statue, it was coming up. So, that's that's a bad listing error there. So I thought to myself, no one's really seen this. So I had a bit of time.
Yeah.
So I negotiated, I waited. And then finally I managed to get it for the price I wanted it. You know, strike while the iron was hot, so to speak, at a difficult time of year where people, really, Jesus Christ, offers I'm getting a shameful. So.
Well, that's the thing is, I'm looking to list a few pieces and I'm looking around at what people are selling stuff for, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't sell my one for that. I'd keep it. I'll keep it for now. I think things. If you're looking to buy stuff, you're probably in quite a good position at the moment. I mean, some things have dropped. Obviously, some have gone up, and but it's just I think that it'd be a good time to pick up some things. I've seen that Cyclops sell actually recently for quite reasonable. I remember. Probably like 6 months to 9 months ago, someone was selling one for like £800, like regularly going for that sort of price, $1,000 on forums and things like that. And it was always like, yeah, well, is it really that nice? I don't know. We saw it in Singapore, and I really like it. I do like it. And you posted your pictures, which I've got a couple of them on here, and I was thinking to myself, it does look pretty good, and who knows? Who knows if he'll make his way into someone else's collection to go with?
Well, I'm sure you usually do now. I mean, you've got a reputation to think of. You've got X-Me. That's what you've got to do. You'll get an X and you'll pay probably about £100 less than what I paid for an exclusive. That's usually what you do. That is you shitting on my cornflakes every single morning. I go, oh, I got this, and this is the price I got it for. And then you go, oh, that's great, man. Yeah, I think you did it with the Batman. I've got the Batman PF. I was like really happy. I think I paid 280 quid or £290.
Yeah.
And I think you got yours for like 270 and it was an exclusive. I mean, that's fucking shit. That sucks.
265 shipped, but anyway.
There you are. See, cornflakes well and truly shut on. That's exactly how it goes.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not. The X wasn't really. I mean, that's another thing. You know, you got with me. It's all about, you know, what is that? Does the exclusive? You know, do I want it? Would I display it? Would I use it? It's the same thing with that. You know, certain pieces like the Gambit PF. I've got my eye on at the minute now. I'm thinking that I may try and pick that up, especially with XM releasing. They're gonna, you know, a new Gambit will come.
XM. Can hear your fucking dog snoring, man. Jesus.
Yeah, he's in here with me. He always comes in when I'm doing the chat, says a little sleep on my say. But yeah, so with that happening, I expect to see them coming up. So I'll try and grab one of them for reasonable money. But there's a ceiling for everything. I think you should do that. I think once you see a piece in hand, you should say, right, this is what's reasonable in my mind, in your own spending, and try and stick to that. Because otherwise, you get fucking pulled away, man. People start hyping this and hyping that. Before you know it, you got your fucking trousers down by your ankles, and you're getting bummed senseless.
Well, there are some people where, you know, they want a piece and they'll go do whatever they want to get it. They'll pay whatever it is to get it. And I've been in situations where I've had things to sell, and people have come to me like desperate. Like, so I've said to them, you know, I'm not selling. And then they'll come to me and go, yeah, everything's for sale, and then throw a fucking number at me. And I'm like, you know, let me box it up for you. Get it ready. Put a bow on it, you know. I think I did that. I think I bought the Mark 1. I think I got it off. I don't know if I got it off. I don't think I did, actually. I always think I got it off Andy, but I don't think I got it off Andy. I think we reviewed Andy's regular one.
We reviewed Andy's the first time. Yeah, that's why.
I think we reviewed his regular, and then I went out and I got an exclusive one. I think it's a guy called Ben, actually, if I remember correctly, in the UK, and I bought it off him, and I got a really good price on it. And then some guy in America, like California, basically said to me, oh, are you selling it? And I'm like, nah, no, I'm not. And he literally offered me double what I paid. And I was just like, yeah, I literally had this 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, I'll get another one cheaper. And I've never rebought it. But yeah, it was like a really shady deal. I literally had to go to some hotel in Canary Wharf and literally like go to the concierge and say, oh, I've got this box. And this little sort of Chinese lady came up, gave me an envelope, like, you know, packed full of 50s. And then literally just like walked away with the box. And I'm like, do you want to look at the box? And she's like, no. And she just walked off, and I'm like, count the money. And I'm like, awesome. Okay. And it was good. Then I actually messaged the guy like, I think 3 times afterwards to say everything okay. Have you opened it? This. And he never responded to me. I think he responded once saying, I still haven't opened it. Like months later, I still haven't opened it. So, yeah, it's crazy. But, I'm just trying to think, really. I mean, I was actually having a little think the other day. So I've been making lists, doing my little spreadsheets, little color coded spreadsheets that I do. And
panicked the whole of the fucking group today with your nonsense.
I saw.
I woke up to messages from loads of people worrying about you. I was just like, I even got personal messages from people. I had to say to Kevin, man, relax, bro. Chill your beans, man. He's fine. I've been nagging him for 6 months to fucking get rid of some shit.
Well, the thing is I mean, I put a post up to say I'm looking, making a list, looking through my pieces. There's probably easily 15 pieces I could just get rid of like that, just gone. I could probably push it to 20, maybe 20, maybe up to 25 pieces I can get rid of. But the thing is,
I could get 20 out of there.
But the thing is, even if I sold 25 pieces, I've still got like 45 pieces left. So it's not like I'm quitting. You know? And then I've also got like, I don't know, I don't even keep track of my pre-orders anymore because I made a list of them, and then I sent it to someone, and then they said, yeah, but don't you have like XM Carnage on pre-order? Don't you have this and that? And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, that's not right. And then I forgot I actually had to check my loads of emails, like loads of PMs, because I forgot I ordered XM Carnage because in my mind I was like, oh yeah, I did one XM Carnage because I was going to look for the Sideshow one somewhere. And then I was like, someone said to me, oh, you've got XM Carnage, you've ordered it. And I'm like, I didn't order it. And I'm like, yeah, you did, you ordered it from blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. So I scrolled through on my emails, I saw it there, went on that date, went on my PayPal, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, put that back on the list, and I've got pieces as well, which I've just like, I've ordered and I don't want, I've ordered them, like pressure, like the Vegeta from Somarts. I don't want it. I don't know why I ordered it. I really don't know.
You
But
paid
it's
for
like
it though in cash. You paid, didn't it?
I paid him
You
up
paid for
front.
it.
That was the thing with like Pop Culture Shock when I used to order their stuff. Is I would have like dollars sitting in my PayPal, and I'd be like, yeah, all right, that Pop Culture Shock piece has come up. I'm going to order it straight away, and then I'd order it. But then not like forget about it, but because it's all paid for, you don't really. Well, I don't really like. It's all paid for, and it's like that money's kind of there and it's assigned to it. So there's no point cancelling it or anything else because that money's already spent. But anyway,
it's not real money, is it, bro? It's not real money. It's not real money.
PayPal money isn't real money, no.
I got that, man. I was quite impressed with the Cyclops piece. I was quite happy with it. So, it's always nice when that happens. But my wife wasn't like. My wife wasn't like over the moon.
No, so I got to put my glasses on because I can't see the comments. Marcus Mossing just saying, how much did you pay for him? I'm not sure if he's talking about Cyclops or I think he's talking about Cyclops.
Cyclops I got for 300 shipped.
Yeah. So he's saying DVD Vampire 01 is saying I pay a few $100s over retail, otherwise say screw it. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet. Sometimes if you want a piece, you have to pay sometimes,
there's definite times, I mean, there's pieces that there's pieces I've bought that well up there are going to be over retail. I mean, the Gambit I'm looking at is well over retail. I mean, I ain't going to be able to get anywhere near that. That's just how it goes.
Sinister Statue says, how are you liking that Cyclops in hand?
I was, like I said, I was super impressed with it. I mean, it's bigger than you realize. You look at it in pictures and stuff like that, but it's actually there's a lot of figure in there. The statue's 19 inches, but he's at least a 17-inch, maybe 16, 17-inch figure. From the pose and stuff like that. Because he's quite bent up, so he'd be quite tall standing up straight. I was surprised actually just at the size of it.
He got just behind you.
It's just there.
Mark, George has all of his statues on display. I think he's only got about 4 or so that he ain't got. Maybe 5, maybe a few more. I don't know. I've got about boxed up. Got about 20 pieces boxed up at the moment. Yeah, about 20 pieces.
I've probably got about 5. I've probably got about 5 pieces, 4 or 5 pieces boxed up there, but all of them are for sale, bar one.
Yeah, and Thomas Anders is saying should have waited for the XM one. Thomas Anders is saying.
Yeah, the thing is with that though, here's my issues. Like when I first saw the tweaks of that, I was impressed, and it was exactly what I wanted. But there's been subtle changes that have been happening, and it happens very often with XM that there are tweaks and changes. Now, if they go in the direction you want them to go in, then that's great, and you buy it. But it started moving in a direction I didn't like, so I was just like, this doesn't look as good as I originally liked it. I really like the Jim Lee Cyclops. That's the style that I really like, and I really wanted something like that. And I definitely think that the mixed media coat on that piece really does make it, just like the Gambit PF. There's an unbelievable sculpt that's going on under there, but the material actually really breaks up that sculpt and looks nice. I mean, the coat's very, very nice. It's a son of a bitch to put on. So anybody, I understand why people are like, yeah, I don't display it with a coat, because getting on there, you nearly rip it trying to get that coat on there. It's very, 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 very tight, especially since one of the arms is like his right arm or whatever it is up like this, and the wrist part comes off, and this arm bit comes off and slips underneath the shoulder.
Yeah.
So you've got to try and get that whole part of the arm. So you're trying to get a right angle of a statue into a straight jacket, and the jacket is so tight that trying to get it in there, you nearly tear it to bit pieces. It's very. I mean, it took me for about 45 minutes to an hour to get that jacket coat on him, being really patient and really kind. But the risk is the second you put that coat on there and you start stretching it around, it starts to break. It almost starts to disintegrate in your hands, because it's as you stretch the material, it starts to almost crumble. It's just what it's made out of. Maybe it's the time, maybe it's the way it's aged, but you know, you got to be very, very careful with it. Very careful indeed. I've had to touch mine up a little bit myself, just in areas.
I've had to touch a few things up over my time, but anyway, I won't talking about those. But yeah, I think it's just polyurethane, and over time, polyurethane it's just going to get a bit dry.
I think now it's on the statue and it's in place. It's fine, but let's just put it this way: I won't be selling that Cyclops and taking that jacket off any time in my collecting career, because that's just going to be a nightmare. So whoever, if I ever decide that I want to part with the Cyclops, somebody's going to have to come to my gaff and take the pieces as it is.
I mean, like Gary.
Yeah, like Gary.
Yeah. Right. We've got
stick the body in a plastic bag.
Old road collector. That's Rick, isn't it? Big beard Rick.
Yeah.
Watching.
Yeah.
I've just trimmed my beard actually, so yeah, had to cut it back. It was getting bad. Well, it was like it was like that, man. It was out here, and I thought, yeah, I can't do that anymore. And my hair was getting like my Jewish was coming out in my sideburns, man. It was well fucking going curly. It was well curly sideburns. So I was like, oh, it's bad. And it's also where my hair and my beard join. It's like there's a line, and then my sideburns are like white, grey white. And then all of a sudden,
Jenny saw a picture of you the other day online and was like, she started calling you Paulie Gautieri, which is like from Sopranos. He has like grey wings in his hair, like down the sides and the top's back. She started calling, saying he looks well like a fucking Paulie. He's got the fucking silver wings in his hair.
Tell her, right? You tell her. She ain't got anything nice to say to me. Yeah, shut the fuck up, goddammit. When I see
you told you Merry Christmas today, you told her to fuck off. What do you want?
Yeah, but I was expecting something to come afterwards, because normally she's never nice to me. I was expecting her to be like, yeah, Merry Christmas, yeah, fuck. So I had to get it quick.
Get him fast, face early.
Right, so
yeah, I'm happy with it anyway, man. I'm pleased with it anyway. It was a good investment, but now I'm starting to feel like I want to get the Gambit premium format to go in with him and Wolverine. So I'll have my three sort of favourite members. I do like Colossus, but I own that piece. I had the PF, I got rid of that.
Just realised the video wasn't even public. Groovy. That would have been helpful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's public now, so people can actually see that we're live. But no, it was unlisted, so only people using the. That's interesting to see actually, because it shows that how many people do it from the page to how many people are going to do it from actually YouTube, and quite a lot of people do it direct from YouTube, because numbers are actually quite low, which made me think about it. So yeah, there you go.
So at least now you got the settings right, you fuckwit.
And Road Collector Rick, flattery will get you everywhere, my son. He's saying that my beard looks good. So yeah, flattery will get you everywhere.
Yeah, but lies get you locked up.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we go onto the pictures anyway. And if I can open them up. Yeah, I did have the issues.
You ain't got nothing, have you?
No, well, I got the Deadpool, which is what I put them all on the pictures so that I knew what was there to remind me. So I got the Heatseeker Deadpool, which to be honest with you, I didn't really want it. and I kind of like had one of my moments that I have. I ordered it, and it's really nice. It's, the base is really, really nice on it, and it was really, really pleasant surprise. The well, I don't know if you've seen the review, but the base, they use like a clear resin over the top of the explosion, and then you can kind of see in, and you can see like parts of the explosion within the clear resin, and it's really, really well done. I mean, like if like the Spider-Man premium format, the new one, and the other pieces like that, if they had that clear resin effect, they would be fucking amazing. If well, yeah,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, yeah, they'd be awesome to have that effect with them, and I just think that it's something that doesn't you can't capture it on pictures. You really cannot capture it on pictures. Unless you've got like a really high quality camera, which we don't, you know, it just, you can't catch it. It's something that, I mean, I had the pictures on my computer, and it looked almost like even parts of the clear resin was like cloudy and whatever else. But no, it's really nice. Sideshow sent me a new gun straight away, came super quick. So that came. I then got the Lord of Darkness in, which is super impressive. Again,
wait a minute. Was the gun magnet better? No problem.
I haven't tried it. I haven't actually tried it. Because Deadpool's up on top of where my TV is, I couldn't bother to climb up there. So I haven't even tried it yet. I've just literally took the gun out in the box. I put it on the side.
So I watched Darth Castle's review. Actually,
I watched it.
If anybody doesn't know who they are, so that's Thor Gunderson and Rodney Jones, are two really, really on the level guys. Very all heart, all soul, lovely guys. They do like unboxings and stuff like that on the RaddTitan Facebook page, statue collecting group. But they also have a channel called Darth Castle, and they did the review of they did the what am I saying?
Unboxing.
Yeah, they did the live unboxing of that, and his magnet of his gun was on a different level to yours. Yeah. I mean, I could see it like popping, you know, like flipping thing almost out of his hand. That's how strong the magnet was. So you might have just had a bad day, personally. But sub to them guys and check them guys out, because they're a really good channel.
Top guys, really top guys. I haven't tried the new one, so I mean, I'll try that a bit later on. But I was really, really surprised with that. Then also the Lord of Darkness, which again, super nice. Just so
big improvements, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I was impressed.
That's the thing that's quite tough. Is, I mean, we reviewed the Pop Culture Shock Ninjas, and we haven't put them up yet. One of the reasons why they haven't been put up yet is because it was from before the new management took over. It was from the old management, and it was from old factories. And I don't know, we just sort of thought to ourselves that we will put them up, but we've got so many other things to edit anyway. Yeah. We're not really in a rush to put it up, because it's probably not really, it's a bit counterproductive to do it now, because they're going through so many changes and they are making so many improvements. The
problem is you're hanging an innocent man. That's what it would be like if we put that video up, if we posted that, because they're poor pieces, those ninjas. I don't care what kind of fucking fanboy you are, them ninjas are shit. But certainly the ones that you have, and the versions you have, and they were really poor. But it's going through new management, new changes. They're trying to up their stuff, trying to fix the problems. So by us doing that, people will watch it and think that that's what's happening now. People think that them ninjas are just coming out now. That's the most recent pop culture shock. So you end up doing the brand a lot of damage when it's trying to repair itself. That I agree with you. I don't think it's very responsible at this exact moment, because the Darkness is the last piece they've released, and it's a hit. It's a massive quality. So releasing the ninjas after is counterproductive to the company. Despite what people may think, we certainly don't want anybody to go under or to get into trouble. Do you know what I mean? Unless they're doing some shit stuff, in case then shit happens. But they're really trying to put their best foot forward. So we've got to try and support them with that and help them.
We will post it though.
Yeah, let their brand recover a little bit though, maybe first.
let the dust settle a little, and then you know, we'll go in. but I mean, it's, you know, it's something that, you know, we can't not show it, because it's something that's still out there, and still, you know, that's how we feel about the piece. We're not going to hide it or anything like that. We haven't hidden it, but it's just the fact that also I've got 25 reviews to edit, and it's not really high on my priority list.
Like I say, it's like, imagine, you know, Sideshow go through, have a really shit year or something, and they're, you know, they're going through all these problems, and all of a sudden this new management team come in and they start trying to put all the issues right, and you've got videos like that in the stock. You're just going to put them to the back of the queue, really, until the time is a more appropriate time. If we did hate a particular company, we wanted to do them some damage, that's the sort of thing you'd release out. You wouldn't let them recover, which is just not responsible, because they are, you know, doing their best. And I mean, this piece is really cracking piece, to be fair. You know, it was a really nice piece, this.
Yeah. So, you see that?
Yeah, man.
Right. So, is that full screen, or is that like not?
I don't know what you mean by full screen. Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah. Can see it.
Let me try something else.
I can say that picture's a nice photo. I think it's because I took it.
Yeah, it's because, well, you took it, and that's the only reason you're going to say it's a nice photo, because you won't say, you ain't going to say it's a nice photo if I take it, am I? Oh, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be a nice photo if you took it, because your pictures suck. Fuck you.
Right, if I do it that way around, it's better, isn't it? Bigger?
Yeah, it's the same.
Oh, fuck off that. All right. Okay, so that's just the darkness.
Where have you got this displayed now? Because this was a monster. Where did you put this?
I've had to put it upstairs. I can't put it anywhere at the moment. I've had it. I don't mind.
So is it in your office?
Yeah, I don't mind table.
It's in your office now.
It's in my office upstairs. So I put it on my table in my lounge, and there's just too many, right, with the horns sticking out and the staff kind of sticking out a bit. My girlfriend just doesn't give a fuck. She'll throw like a blanket around and pull his horn off or something. She doesn't care. So I can't leave things out like that. I have to have it behind glass.
Damn. Woman.
Then what we oh yeah, these should be later on actually. Damn it. I just realised those should be a bit later on in the thing. Let me put those. Let me rename these ones. God damn it.
Why don't we just get to them later?
Because there's something else. Those ones. So if I put those there, go back to that one.
Just look through your desktop, see if you've got any porn. It's boring.
No, it's pretty boring.
Disappointed.
Again.
Oh.
Right, so.
Coming in, homie.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the. Oh, that's why it's okay. It's on that screen. Sorry. All right. Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Seen that?
Your dog's snoring. There you go. So then this is just a Deadpool to remind me to mention that. So again, I mean, really nice piece.
How about that? Photo, eh?
And then that's the exclusive, which I don't think I'll ever display the exclusive personally. That was just to remind me about your Cyclops. So yeah, the coat looks really nice there. That's really good.
Yeah, man, it looks good. Doing well.
Again, I was
talking
talking
proper zips as well.
That's where you got it. But I think you need to have it lower.
I moved him now. It's on the second shelf.
Oh,
I've got him on the second shelf now. I've done it.
Yeah, I think you need to do that. Really.
I got loads of our group with loads of our boys were telling me, and then my wife was like, "Yeah, they're right," and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" So I had to fucking change it.
Well, do you know who normally would do something like that? Is you normally get like Reale over, and he'll come up and
Reale's great. That
he'll come and like wind you up
and
give you like a load of shit. So let me just go through these comments quickly. Kinshin's watching.
Brother.
Finally managed to get on a watch. So you got Super still watching, Alvin watching. Happy New Year. Luke Jones.
How are you?
Thomas Anders. Dave Richards watching. Oh, we've got Gunderson on as well. Gunderson watching.
Yo, my Thor Gunderson.
They've gone off to go film though.
Motherfuckers. Priorities, Priority. The Frankenstein we created there, man.
Yeah.
Too busy for us now. They got to go off and film now.
Luke Jones wants my Vegeta, doesn't he?
Who does?
Luke Jones, he wants it. Brandon Guerrero's come in. He's saying he's working at the moment. Oh, Speedy in the house.
Hey, what?
Speedy's changed his name though to Beautiful White Orchid, unless that's Irene's.
What's he called?
Beautiful White Orchid. Gary. Luke Jones says
this is account. You see.
Andrew, the Cyclops coat was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, man, it's an absolute nightmare.
Right, so there's that picture, that's probably the picture that made me think, that looks quite good like that, actually.
That works, doesn't it? And you know what the great thing about them two is they're pretty much in line.
Yeah,
the left foot of both of them characters is very, very close to being in line, so you get an idea, just how good in scale. That's like a proper 5'3" comic book Wolverine, which is perfect because Cyclops is only about, I think, 5'10", 6 foot.
I think he's 6 foot
around that sort of mark. So he's 6 foot, and you can see there he's bigger, but he's really good. The scales are perfect.
Andrew's saying, have you got any tips because he needs to do his next week
about the coat?
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. This is what I'm going to tell you. The best advice I can tell you, the way that I did it, so looking at this picture, to keep this picture on, Alex, is if you look at the left arm that's up towards his eye, the arm comes off at the wrist, so the hand comes off, and then the arm goes in underneath his sort of shoulder into his chest. That's where the peg sort of is. It's like a vertical peg. So what I did is I put the arm, that right angle arm on his left arm through the jacket, through the other side. So I had the jacket off, so I had the jacket as is. Then I put the arm through there and got it out the other side. So the knob was out the other side. Now that's the riskiest part. So you have to take your time with that and try and edge it through gently. Once that's in there like that, you then have to try to put the other arm, in and the coat on around the back, and then slip the peg in with it still in the coat. So what I'm basically saying is the left arm of the jacket has the arm inside it, the right arm, there's nothing in it. You put it onto the statue and then turn it in. It's very tight. And then you have to make sure you don't get any, because the coat's like lined inside. It's like a fully lined coat. So you have to make sure none of the lining goes into this statue gap of the arm. All the best advice I can give you, that's how I've done it. Take your time, go nice and patient, and if you start it and you notice that the coat starts to like almost crack as you're stretching it, believe me when I tell you that as soon as you've done that, if you then pull the arm out of there and think, oh no, I'm going to leave it, the coat is already going to have like those marks, that stretch marks in them. You can't eradicate it. Once you start that, you can't change it. But if you get it on there and you get it onto the statue, you can touch it up with either a little bit of shoe polish or maybe just a little bit of paint, just a little bit of brown colouring in there. I actually used, believe it or not, I started to show part of the stitching around the elbow of that left arm started to show a little bit. I basically used a light brown Sharpie just in that line and then rubbed it in with my hand, and it's invisible. I can't see it now. That's what I used. That worked for me. If you want the coat to remain mint and you don't want it on the statue, you know that it's mint, then that's fine. You're going to have to leave it off, because once you start this process, there's no going back.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way of going back. And you ain't getting that coat on that statue without stretching it in place. Is impossible. The coat's too tight, and the design of the statue is not ideal for it because that right angle of that left arm. That's the
I
best
think as
advice
well, like, maybe over time it's just kind of dried out a little bit, shrunk a touch, and that's all it takes really. But then again, I do remember people saying
having problems on day one.
Like 4 years ago it had their problems. So yeah. We also got old Aaron Ray Perez is in the house. He's saying,
now that's the boy there.
I send you all best wishes for the following new year. Much love, respect. A big hug to you, brothers. So right back at you.
Thanks, man.
Happy New Year and good luck for 2008.
Thanks very much for the great work you put out this year. You've put out some fucking outstanding work, and I had Craig over. I had my sister's boyfriend, not a collector, but I had him over on Christmas, and he loves all this stuff. So he come in my room, and he went straight over to that Aaron Ray Perez Deadpool and said it's the best piece hands down with ease. He didn't even say there was any competition. Yeah. So I showed him Bane, I showed him the Magneto on Throne, I showed him all of those pieces. I showed him the OG Thor. I showed him all of those things, that have all the collectors' respect. But he was very drawn towards that Deadpool. I think that's a very big compliment because he's not affected by any rep or hype or any shit. He's just looking at it from an eye of what does he like, and he went straight to that. So thank you very much for the great work.
Definitely. We got Sinister Statues saying, are you happy with the base? Do you think it needed the grey rocks because the piece has so much colour?
I actually, that's a really good point, actually. I might use that as a point in my review, so thank you for that. That's a very good point. I think the mistake that they made with the base, the only mistake they made, they've got like the light switches on there. It's like a little rock that you can push down, which is actually a pretty good thing. But the mistake they made is the Magneto helmet is actually pretty nice, and it's on the back, which is a bit of a shame.
That's one thing I just.
It's a bit of a shame. I was actually thinking that I may go through my bag of tricks and use other pieces because I like to do that. If the base is quite plain and it's a rocky base, like I had the Imaginarium Arts Iron Patriot base, and that you could put arms and guns and all sorts of things sort of like straddled across the base, the rocky base. So from other characters. So I'm probably going to look in my bag of tricks and see what arms and guns and bits and pieces I have. And I may try and jazz that base up a little bit and put some fallen relics on it or something. So I'll give it a go.
Right. Gaz is saying, congratulations on Cyclops. Happy New Year, Alex, George, Michael, and all the collectors around the world. Hope you have a good one, people, and stay safe. Much love to you all. Same to you, buddy.
It's Christmas special, motherfucker.
Yeah. Cody Spencer saying, when is the Beta Ray Bill review coming? Beta Ray Bill is the only piece we haven't actually filmed.
Yeah.
Other than Cyclops. But yeah.
Now Cyclops is in, and I may have a deal on for the Gambit premium format. So if that happens as well, Alex is going to have to film all of those.
Oh, that means I'm going to have to buy an exclusive Gambit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Pretty much.
All right. I was just trying to clear stuff out.
Yeah.
All right.
If that deal happens, then it's the charge card. That has the little flag on it.
All right. I think like that.
Again, it's about. I mean, for me, it comes with 2 fantastic portraits. Comes with a pole. Comes with a coat. So I don't think it's overly necessary.
All right. This is just the old Thanos to say that I got the old. Did you get the old email from Sideshow to say that the Thanos was looking like it was going to come out next month?
No, I haven't gone on. I never gone on their website.
I don't know. No, it was an email to say that basically my payments were moved to the middle of the month. It's likely that
I'm not on payments. I'm paying all of mine off at the end when it's ready.
Yeah.
I'm not doing payments because I decided that I didn't want to. The way that I did it is I used all my points and what I had in my thing and some partial refund I had from some other thing that come that weren't perfect. And I used all of that. So I ended up getting the Thanos for about $800. That's what when it's ready, I'll pay that. So I've probably got $1,000 to pay when the shipping is when the shipping's ready. Because didn't you say it's really expensive shipping, this fucking thing?
Well, I think Omar was posting stuff saying it's going to be really expensive, but it is quite heavy. So, yeah. Marcus, we've got the pictures of that coming up.
Of what?
So the Wolf Slayer. Also, old Al Simmons. Oh, I ain't seen that name for a while. Al Simmons says, "Happy New Year, RaddTitan."
Oh man, mad love, bro. Ain't seen ages.
Yeah.
I hope life is good, man.
Yeah, good to see that name pop up. So yeah, this was just popping up to say that this one should be coming soon. I had moments where I was thinking about cancelling this as well, and thinking, you know, because this is going to cost in the UK, and if you're in places where like territories where you got to pay tax. It's going to, and also at the moment the exchange rate's not very good for us, and this piece is probably going to cost us about $1,400 £1,400 to get home. So it's a lot of money.
No, I'm not sure about that. I don't agree. I don't think it's that much, is it?
I think it's a lot. It's like $1,200. Then
you're talking $400, and then I mean, what's $1,200 in English money? It's got £800.
£1,000.
£800.
£1,000.
It is, isn't it? Nah, is it? Fuck.
It's 120 at the moment, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah,
it can't be that low. That's
right. There's a lot of money anyway. There's a lot of money, and it's probably the most I've ever paid for a piece new. Like,
if it is £1,000, then then you're right. It's going to be about £1,400 because the shipping's going to be
£1,000. Then it's a couple $100 for the shipping, and then it's 20% tax on all of that.
Yeah.
So 20%. If it's just the £1,000, it's £250 of that is tax. So then,
So you're right. 1,400 looking at.
There's a lot of money.
1,400 you're looking at. That's the exchange rate. Yeah.
And that's right.
Need that exchange rate to pick the fuck up. I know that.
Yeah, well, I've already paid for mine mostly, so that's right. That is George's dog snoring. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. This is the updates on the custom Apocalypse, which actually is looking really nice. Nice.
Yeah, man.
But look at that. This one's commissioned by who was the one who commissioned this? Mark. God, I forgot his name now. God damn it.
Still think they need to take maybe a little bit of the life out of that shading.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like the bow, that you got to look at how Bowen done it. You got to look at how the Bowen head is almost like a silver head, and it's it's not got all that life in it because he doesn't really have that type of life in him. Yeah. It's almost expressionless. I mean, you can grit your teeth, but there's a lot of, like the way they've shaded it and the way it's dark and it's light and it's this and it's that. It makes it look almost human.
It does,
almost like a Hulk.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. It looks almost like the Mad X Hulk mouth.
It does look a little bit like a Hulk face, and I think that's just because of the way it's been done. Yeah. Me personally, I'd want that probably a little bit more shiny and a little bit less skin tone sort of style. But it does look amazing. It does look really nice.
It does. I really like
little things.
This is the so the Bushy collectors picked up the Kifar. What's his name? Kifar Malob. Picked up his Conan.
I've seen like pictures of the sculpt to this, haven't I?
Sorry.
Have I? Is there pictures of the sculpt of this piece?
Yeah. This so basically this was all going on for a while with Kifar, and he was going to do it for like a custom place, and I think that now Bushy has picked up. So Bushy Collectors is going to release it.
That's what's his name in it? That's Pulse of Doom. No, False of Doom, man. That's his name. And then is that Valeria around his leg?
Yeah. So basically, this is meant to be
that's good.
Bushy Collector's last project.
Really?
Yeah. So he
said retiring.
He just picked up a new business, hasn't he? So he's working his arse off too with his new business. So he doesn't have time for this.
Is it statue related business or a different business?
Totally different. totally different. Yeah.
It's a shame.
I mean, but it's something his other thing is something he's very, very passionate about. So it's something that he really wants to do. He wanted to carry on with the custom pieces, but he just said it's too much grief, and I don't think he enjoys it as much as he used to.
There's a lot of grief. There's no question about that.
These were some teasers which were on the First for Figures chat the other day. So this is going to be the second piece for the Metal Gear Solid line. So they're going to do Psycho Madness, which again, his character from Metal Gear series.
Is that some Metal Gear
yeah,
Solid?
What it was in Metal Gear Solid, there was actually, he was like well hard, like really, really hard. And what it was is he could kind of predict what you were going to do. Yeah. So there was a cheat when you fought him, you took your control pad out and you plugged it in the second player control pad.
Right.
And he didn't know what you were doing then.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, but I think I think like when you're playing, I actually think that I think that the guy who's on your earpiece kind of tells you like, oh yeah, but what about if you plug it into the player 2 port, something like that.
Clever.
Yeah.
And then we've gone a long way from up C, down C, left C, right C, A, B, start.
What was the one where you just press reset like 40 times? Do you remember that? On the NES.
Yeah, that's
Life Force.
Yeah, there's one on Shinobi as well to get infinite shurikens. Shinobi, Revenge of Shinobi. If you go onto the shurikens and you put, I can't remember what you can.
I think you put it up 0 and if you press it turns into infinite.
Yeah, you put it on 0 and then it turns into an infinite sign.
Because it actually worked on the. I downloaded it on my phone. I downloaded it on Android. Shinobi, and that actually still works on the Android version. So Psycho Madness. Then you got the Meta Ridley from Metroid Prime. So this one's when they do Metroid, which is
game.
They got the Valerius
Metroid's a game.
Yeah. So it's a Nintendo game. So they had a really good version on GameCube and things like that, which is really popular. Really, really popular. This is then from Dark Souls. So this is the Grave Lord of Naito. So there's just a teaser for that.
Sweet. That game looks the shit, that Dark Souls.
Yeah, apparently it's meant to be the hardest game ever made. So the reason why...
that's not going to make me walk out and buy it.
Well, the reason why I didn't... What happened was when I was looking for a game to play and I chose Witcher, I was going to choose Dark Souls, Witcher, or Fallout. And I read into them, and apparently they said, like, if you are very impatient and you lose your temper playing games, don't play Dark Souls because you'll die like every single time, and it's one of the hardest games ever. But I do think it's only on PlayStation. I think it's like a PlayStation exclusive, but I might be wrong. Oh no, that's Bloodborne. No, that's Bloodborne, I think. So yeah. This is this will be the other week. This is Taurus Studios Gauntlet, which that's
it's coming in. Look forward to this.
Massive. It's going to be so big.
Well, hopefully I'll have that and then put it with the Thanos on throne, and we'll do a little side by side.
Yeah, but I don't think you've really thought about how big this is going to be.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But then again, this is the idea, isn't it? You think later. You taught me this.
Yeah. What is it Marcus is saying about, did you try the NES Classic games on the mini NES? Talk about the hardest game ever after you tried all that stuff again. Didn't play, actually. I was going to get the Super Nintendo one, but I didn't pick up.
I love Super Nintendo games. So many wicked games on the Super Nintendo.
This is the Trigun Vash, which sold out. So what happened was Figurama was doing this idea where they were going to release 250 of them no matter what, and they put up the pre-order for say 10 days or however long it was, a couple of weeks. If it didn't sell out, one? I did actually. I started watching it. I really like sort of the dynamicness, and I think this will go really well with Dante.
It looks like something you'd buy, actually. This looks up your street.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it'll go really well with Dante, so like pairing with that. But what happened was they
HMO Dante.
Yeah. So it's a wait for that to come as well. Well, with this though, they did the thing where they had 2 weeks and it actually sold out. So it sold the maximum amount. I think it was 400 or 450. So they sold that out.
Man.
That's the new head they're working on. So that it's a bit of a weird series. He's kind of like this guy they've got like some real massive bounty on his head, and I think it's like 600 million or something. 90 billion dollars or something is on his head. Apparently, like whenever he shoots, he like doesn't miss or something.
That's handy when you got that price over your head.
This actually is the next Figurama license, which is going to be Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is basically it's sort of set in this world where there's ghouls, and what happens is if you're kind of going around eating all the people, this guy gets bitten by one, and then I think it's something like he gets bitten by one, and then he's dying, and they give him some kind of transplant, and he comes back and he's half ghoul and half human. I tried to watch the film yesterday, and I watched most of it.
Yeah.
It's really gory, really really gory actually. But the end was a bit rubbish of the film, so I'm going to go back and watch the anime. Probably should have gone for the anime first. Apparently, he's got 90 billion hairs on his head. What did you say you watched the other night?
I watched Thingy, didn't I? I watched Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, what did you think?
Yeah, it was all right. And I mean, I remember. I like the fight in the water. You know, where she's like, I remember that from the manga.
Yeah.
Where she's like busting that dude up in like her camouflage and all that. I enjoyed that. That part was a nice little touch. Yeah, it was nice. It was a good film.
The Battle Angel Alita trailer looks amazing. It looks really good. I mean,
I've seen it.
I wasn't that excited about it.
You watched that a little more than me.
I really liked Battle Angel
Alita,
and I really liked the film. I think it's only an hour long anyway, but the trailer for that, I put it on and I was just like, oh yeah, I'll look at that. And I think it looked really good. A lot of people complained because they made her eyes like really big, like they are in the anime. And I think it looks really good. I think it looks great. And also it's like James Cameron working on it as well, which I don't think I hope they don't fuck it up anyway. What else did I watch? Oh yeah, I just watched Leatherface, which new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Is that like a prequel that talks about him? Is it?
Yeah, it's meant to be, but it's a bit shit.
Any good?
Well, it's not shit. I wouldn't say shit.
I watched Spider-Man as well.
Yeah,
Spider-Man Homecoming. I watched.
What do you think of that?
I did. I enjoyed it. I really like Holland as Spider-Man personally. I think he's the best Spider-Man we've ever had, and the fact that he does all the like 97% is all him, all the stunts, all the flips. I mean, he's like a seasoned dancer and also like quite a high level gymnast. So he's I was really surprised by just how much he actually done himself, because I have a tendency to watch all the special features. Once I'm done with a film, like the next day, I'll put on all the special features and watch it all. And I was quite impressed, and I think it come across really well. I think he's got the right balance of being a young kid and sort of being in awe of his own powers and sort of having a laugh with it like Spider-Man does. Yeah. I think Garfield was a little bit too serious at times, and less said about Maguire, the better.
Well, I preferred Maguire much more than I preferred Garfield. I hated Garfield.
Well, I just thought he was too moody, brooding. It just didn't really fit. I mean, he was a little bit cocky with the fighting and shit, but I don't know. For me, I think Holland really, really nailed it.
Yeah.
You know, and fucking thinking, yes, the Vulture. Jesus Christ, he was magnificent. Michael Keaton was outstanding. Really good performance from him.
Sinister Statues is asking Spider-Man Homecoming or Spider-Man 2.
That's tough because I mean, if you're talking about with the Doc Ock Spider-Man in it.
Yeah.
That's a special Spider-Man that for me. You know, just I think that's probably the best portrayal of a villain in the definitely in the Spider-Verse that there's been. You know, really that conflict inside of a character just through loss, that he just loses his fucking mind. I really like number 2, the Spider-Man 2. I'd probably just give it to 2. You know, I'd probably go Spider-Man 2, and then I'd probably give the Homecoming. There's something about the death of Gwen Stacy though that is probably one of the most powerful moments in Spider-Man film history.
Yeah,
when he just misses just by that much. She heard the back of her head just hits the floor. Snaps back and hits the floor. It just, what I mean? All them things going on all at once. And that's quite a moment, I think, that moment in the film. So I quite like that as well, sadly. I quite like that moment. Just that moment alone.
Like the moment when Gwen Stacy dies. Yeah.
Huh? What?
Did you like the moment Gwen Stacy dies?
I like the fact that, it's the first time that Spider-Man in the films understands that people knowing who he is can be expensive.
Yeah.
Can cost lives. That's what I like. I like that moment because he sort of like, he lets it, he lets his guard down and she knows who he is. And it's all this, they did it in the first bunch of films as well. You find out who he is and then all of a sudden you realize that by knowing who he is, it comes a heavy price. It's a big price. And I think that's what teaches him later on, doesn't it? That because he keeps in the comics, he keeps it quiet from Mary Jane for ages, man.
Well, that's the thing about in the comics, it's like it's a lot longer and like a lot less people know. In Homecoming, it seems like every fucker knows.
That was because he keeps like walking into his house in his gear, doesn't he, and getting caught. Yeah. And the last scene is him in his gear, and then his Aunt May has noticed who he is. But
yeah,
they got to jazz it up the way they want to. I enjoyed it anyway. But
what's it? Cody's asking if you should watch Dunkirk or Kingsman 2. Kingsman is actually, I mean, the first one is really good. The second one's a lot of fun. If you want a film that's like action and a lot of fun, watch Kingsman 2. If you want a film that's like visually really, really like visual, very great, like looking, but it's quite long, go with Dunkirk. But
they're both my boy in Dunkirk.
I don't know, is he? It was directed by it's directed by the guy in Christopher Nolan, so it could be. But I mean,
so Hardy probably is in that.
But I mean, either of them, they're both meant to be very good films. And actually, DVD Vampire, I watched Bright the other day, and I actually enjoyed it. It reminded me a bit of the old Alien Nation, but
Bright,
there are elements of it I did really like, but a lot of people disliked it. But I think
I watched Will Smith on Graham Norton the other day. My wife was watching Graham Norton, it's like an English chat show over here. And if you're over in America, fuck me, Will Smith is so rude. I was so disappointed.
Yeah, is he?
It's the first time I've heard that he's really rude, but he was so rude on that show. He interrupting everybody, and it's like just taking over. It was really uncomfortable. I mean, he was on there with like. That's it's funny you said that, but I said that Alex chats so much shit. I have to keep him in line, otherwise he wanders off and starts telling me about fucking how many sprouts he had for Christmas in the middle of my statue review. So I said I'll keep you in line, but I just thought he was quite. I thought he was quite rude.
All right. Anyway, back onto the photos for fuck's sake. But yeah, I did watch Bright and I did enjoy it. But then my sister, she said it was crap. But then again, I watched it and I really enjoyed it, and she said that was crap as well. But yeah,
no pleasing your sister. Nothing's new.
Yeah. So then you got the update of the HMO Mega Man, which is looking really nice.
I've got this coming. Can't wait for this.
Sinister Statue says, my girlfriend keeps seeing that Tokyo Ghoul smile, and thinks I'm into some weird shit. Well, you are. You're into these statues. It's not just a bad problem.
Yeah, it's almost quite satanic, isn't it? If you probably got your headphones in the dark watching it, and your missus is looking and thinking, "What the fuck? That picture's been up for ages."
Yeah, but it used to be like it used to be when you touch like like pee on my keyboard on the dress bar. It used to go to like Pornhub or something, and then you press S and it'll go to like, I don't know, sex lair or whatever. But now it's like Sideshow and fucking Pop Culture Shock,
Oh, how the mighty have fallen, man. It's looking good, man.
Mega Man. This
Mega Man's very nice. It's big actually as well. Surprisingly big, quite weighty and all.
Really well done.
Really premium pieces.
Really like the on the thrusters on the back, he's got this really good like burn effect, which I hope that they improved the Sideshow Thanos ones, because the Sideshow Thanos ones they looked a bit too like fluorescent blue. It didn't look right.
I don't think. I think that the one that you see is pretty much the final sort of the final prototype production level piece. So I don't think so.
Hope so. Also, I noticed that they look like your pictures on the left. They've been zoomed in by 500 point. So this is the HMO Ren, which they've gone back and they're actually going to kind of rework some of the details and actually paint them and make them look nice. The funny thing is I took the statue out after the review, after there was the, should we call it Rengate? After there was a big thing, there was this guy was zooming into all our videos and basically posted like a zoomed in video of a screenshot of a video sort of thing. I took them out and like there is nothing wrong with the parts. I mean, if you zoom into pretty much any statue, you're going to have this kind of look. I mean, like, you have to look at that circle, that yellow circle it's not even a centimeter in diameter. It's like,
if you're lucky,
like 0.8 of a centimeter or something. So you know, to zoom in then, zoom in that much of a screen, it's really zoomed in. But I'm glad they've gone away and they're actually looking into it to make it better for collectors. So I mean,
be careful.
It's good
don't make a rod. Don't make a rod for your own back, though. This is the problem. If you allow people to do this sort of shit, I mean, I can do this. I can take any so-called great statue. You name any statue you want, and I can take pictures this close, zoom into them, and go, "What is that?" I can do that. If you want that can be done. That's not hard. That doesn't take any degree of skill to do this.
Take pictures.
If you want to make things look like, if you want to really highlight every minuscule, tiny thing that could, you know what I mean, magnify it by 600-700 times. You know what I mean? You've got to be careful here because I thought the paint on it is quite complicated. I thought they did a really good job. So for me, I hope they're not making a rod for their own back here.
Well, I mean, when I've gone back and I've looked at some of the stuff they're talking about, in all honesty, I didn't notice it the first time, even through our video and things like that. And when I've gone back on it, it has been a bit like I've sat there and really stared at it. And then I can kind of like go, oh, okay, that could be better. But to be honest with you, I don't think there was an issue with it in the first place. Do you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, totally.
But it's good to see.
Always trying to pick holes. You know, I'm always trying to pick holes in your pieces anyway. Yeah. So for me, if it's not a glaringly catastrophic fucking, you know what I mean, then when I look at these pictures, I saw the pictures on Facebook and I was like, Jesus Christ! I was like, I don't remember the paint being that bad. Was I fucking drunk?
Yeah.
Review.
Well, we were carb drunk.
It's like, what the fuck? But you know what I mean? There's I've looked over the piece again, and I still don't know what they're talking about.
Sure. So
really what paint.
Well, then this is the Icon Studios Mr. Sinister, which actually came out really nice. They used Onage, which is a factory which XM use and a lot of other factories use.
It's available. Well. Can I buy this?
I think it's sold out ages ago, this one.
So I can't get hold of this now.
This one's well sold out, man. So this is Mr. Sinister.
Too slow, man.
Too slow?
Love that head. I was too slow.
You're telling me I'm too slow.
No, I'm too slow.
Yeah, so you got the Age of Apocalypse head, which is like super clean.
Looks great.
Looks really good.
Fucking unbelievable. That head. So nice.
Stephen Chagger's in the house. So yeah. Happy New Year, Stephen. Really nice head. I mean, I think they people like that one.
Bring our southern asses down, man. Go see Stephen, man. Check out his shit.
Well, we might be going up to Medins at some point, so maybe drop by. Then you got the base there with the.
That looks good. I love the little nods to genetics.
Yeah.
The little on the bases and stuff like that. All the hexagons and all that.
There you go. You can see all the bits on his back are color coded.
Color coded, yeah. Looks great.
There's the Cyclops head.
Really like this. Should have fucking got this. Oh, what did you do to my boy? What? It's a bit orange, that. Isn't it? That visor's a bit orange.
Yeah, it could be orange. It could be the image. To be honest with you.
Looks like a bit of off mustard. That.
Well, you don't know as well because some of these were kits, so you don't know who painted this one.
Yeah. That's just so cool.
Sinister Statues is saying I had this piece a while ago. It's really cool, but honestly not as good as you think. Something about it seems off.
Really? That's why I like it when people actually have seen this in person and tell me something, because from these pictures it looks fucking crazy good.
Well, what you can see as well in what you can see in the background of this, you can see in the background that this guy, whoever's statue this is, okay, he's got the Captain America classic and he's got the Akuma classic, but then up on the other side he's got 2 Raidens.
Oh yeah, and down at the bottom it's got your
Prometheus
your thing and the alien bus.
Yeah,
Prometheus and alien bus.
Weird, quite a mixture of taste there. Then
I like that, man. That's what we call eclectic.
This is the Iron Studios super mode. So you got that there. Not sure I like that pose.
What do you think?
I'm not sure I like it.
Yeah, I'm not digging that. I'm also not digging the way that the cape looks really straight. All the edges of the cape look like they go right down.
Is that all fabric?
I don't know. It just looks to me like it's too straight.
I don't like it. The problem I have as well, though, is after just saw the Prime one, the Prime one we saw last time, the Hush one. That's just it's just a bit like it looks very kind of average. When you then see that Prime one Hush one, that Hush one's fucking epic.
It does.
I like the Batman. I like the Batman. That's the variant.
Yeah, Batman's nice.
The black variant with the base Joker
base. You've seen this in person, isn't it? We've seen this, me and you. Not this variant. We saw the original.
We saw the original. We didn't see this one. I prefer to get this one.
Yeah, we saw the original. We saw the original of this one. I see this in Singapore. Remember?
Yeah. We say don't like the cord in the base. Oh yeah. I can see that there. See the power.
Yeah.
But since statues, it could be. I don't know. It could be battery powered as well. Some of them are normally both.
Yeah, some people are doing both, didn't they? They do it dual, didn't they?
That's the Iron Studios sort of massive. I was going to say Thundercats here. Massive Jurassic Park diorama, which looks really nice. It's really cool.
That looks crazy.
Again, it's not really something I would buy, but this has got Brandon Guerrero all over it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's his Brandon all day long. This one.
If he can if he's got a space for that, he'll pick that up.
Well, he'll have to get rid of half of this shit, but I mean that could still happen. He's sell his stuff and just concentrate on that. Why not?
I was going to put this in the beginning, but this was just to say that we reviewed the Connecticut's prototypes for their Femme Fatale line. We did the review the other day. Jury's just gone up. Cammy and Chung-Li will go up in a few more days. But what we wanted, the reason why they're here and not actually at the beginning was just there was a point that we'll show the Cammy first. So Chung-Li, Jury, the Cammy. There you go. It was basically that on the Jury, we know the thing is we got sent the prototype to kind of look over, give them the feedback and say to them, this is done well, but you need to improve on this or that. And it was good that they actually listened. I know sometimes that I don't know how many hours this takes, but Keith's probably spent hundreds of hours sitting sculpting this. Is that they put a lot of heart and soul into that. So then for us to come along and pick at it,
some pair of vultures, bitch.
Yeah, some people could take it quite badly, but they went away. We noticed that this looked to us terrible, and it was a bit of an eyesore. The on the foot, you can see the peg coming through. So we mentioned that to them. Yeah. We said, the Jury for me was the best of the three. Jury for me was done really, really well.
It's close to finish.
The character was almost, perfect for what it was. Spot on, yeah.
Definitely.
But this was a massive, massive eyesore. So I went back to them and we said, look, great piece, but you might sort that out. And what they've done is they've gone away and they've actually made the piece actually a lot darker on the bottom. So where the foot would be, you can't see through.
Yeah.
So it's a dark purple there, and it goes into the light. So that's really, really good that they've gone away and done that. So
yeah, that's a good idea. That'll add a lot more movement and flow to the piece actually, because it will look like the source of the power is always where it's darkish, isn't it? So yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
So that's really, really good that they've sort of taken that ball.
That's some lateral thinking going on there.
So then you've got the sort of King of the Fighter pieces.
What's your mum doing on here?
Mum.
It's like her shouting at you. I remember her shouting at you like that when your room weren't tidy.
So yeah, this is from the King of the Fighters. So this one is I've got to try and say the names properly now because I'm really, really bad with the kind of these sounding names. So it's is it Kayo Kasasagi?
Kayo.
So KYO Kasanagi. Kusanagi. He's the dude with the
Kasanagi.
So he's the guy on the King of the Fighters, and this is going to be.
Oh, is that dude?
Yeah. And then you've got this is the woman. So this is Maya, and when we were over in Singapore, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember the woman cosplaying this?
I do indeed.
There was an Asian lady with very ample breasts, pretty large chest.
Your yellow teeth under control, man. You weirdo.
Basically,
for the Asian girls.
She was wearing this outfit, and there was just no way that you couldn't see it. And I just found myself uncomfortably staring every now and again. So, yeah, so this is a lady who's kind of wearing the red outfit. So this is so this is my Shiryu. So yeah, probably totally said them wrong. So these are going to be in quarter scale, and they've already done their Terry as well, which is they're working on, and they've got a few more coming out in the line to look forward to in 2018.
I like the fact it's in quarter scale as well. That could fit in with some of the other sort of fighting game line nicely.
Sure. Well, I mean, quarter scale is it's still going really, very strong. I do think though in the coming years that people are going to start going back to these smaller lines. I do think that what's going to happen over the next few years is I think a lot of the bigger companies are actually going to start. I know that First for Figures already do it where they do the smaller PVC pieces. I think that there's going to be a lot more of those. A lot more companies are going to be working on those because there's a huge market in there. They're cheaper.
Yeah,
more expensive,
more expensive
definitely to make, but they are cheaper and you sell much higher volumes of them. So a lot of companies will be going into that I've heard of anyway. It will potentially be more of, like with that, it's not Godzilla, but there's that other piece where it's like, it looks like the Godzilla character that Prime 1 did, and they released it in 3 different styles. One of them was a PVC style, and one was a resin style. I think there's going to be more of that as well in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, the vinyl stuff.
Not with First and Figures. Sorry, not with Connecticut. But I know First and Figures do things like that as well. But yeah, there you go. I'm just looking at the big picture. This is what we were talking about at the end of the last chat, which was a video which came up by Prime 1. And this is really I think this looks pretty epic. I mean, I've not read the comics. This is from like Batman Metal, and it's Batman Who Laughs. And damn it! I'll come back to that one because I'll put it in there. Okay, we'll come back to that one. We've got more of those coming up. Just a little teaser. This is the progress of the Lucifixion Morbius. So he has 5 heads.
Oh yeah, he's done a cracking job of that. I remember that.
So this is one that we were like every week we were like going on about the updates because I think this piece is going to come out amazing, and it was great to sort of see this character getting made. And I think we were quite passionate about the way it was being put together, and sort of we given our input on that every week, and it was good to see that.
There's definitely an emotional attachment to this one.
So Franco Carlissimo and Greg, Lisa, they both.
Bitches need to be worried next year because I'm telling you that Franco Carlissimo's some of the stuff that his name attached to next year. It'll be a fucking whitewash with his name will probably be in every award category there is.
Well, the custom pieces, I mean,
he's like
some of the custom pieces done like when they come out in 2018. I mean, it's going to be epic.
I mean, you've got that, you've got the Nightcrawler and all that shit going on. It's getting nuts, man.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Then this is the Batman who laughs. So
is that meant to be Batman, that dude up there?
I don't know. I don't really know much about the character. I mean, it's from a comic called Batman Metal, but I don't know much about it. And
it's crazy. Oh, look, yeah.
So he's got
like Robins.
They've got like these little cool Robin things. Oh, it's by
that's great.
It's by Kiefer Millab as well. By the guy who did that Conan.
Caleb.
No, Kiefer.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so this piece just looks crazy anyway. Absolutely.
That's dark as fuck, that is.
Yeah. That's Batman Who Laughs. So that's the comic.
This looks a bit like
it's like a bad dream.
Looks like some weird fucking bondage thing. It looks, yeah. So who was that guy? Was it Sinister Statues? He's going to go. Yeah, my girlfriend's back now, thinking I'm looking at my weird shit. Apparently, Tom Hardy is in Dunkirk, and he says about 10 lines.
Worth it. Still watch it.
Yeah, bring out
them 10 lines will be worth it.
This is just for me, and I don't care if anyone else doesn't want to see it. Fuck you if you don't. Basically, this is the Bright One Cypher, and this is just basically the piece that I am probably. I mean, next year there's quite a few pieces I'm really looking forward to, but this Guyver piece is probably the one I'm most looking forward to. I think I say this every time, but when we started, there were a few characters I said. These are the ones that I want made in court scale, and if they get made in court scale, I'll be happy. And this was one of them. You can see actually he doesn't have his collar. He has like that collarbone thing coming up into his neck. That's not on there.
Yes,
you see that there. That's missing. Just noticed that. But anyway, this is the Guyver, which I'm super pumped for. It's going to be big. And it's going to be hard to display, but I'm trying not to worry about that at the moment.
Don't worry about that. Small details.
Yeah,
it'll be all right.
So there you go. Look at that. And the base on this is fucking amazing. And I'm just so pumped. Yeah. Apparently, the ECC bust is impossible to find now. I don't know if you guys selling
impossible
to
find.
I think you can find it. There's one on. There's a guy selling one in UK. If anyone's looking in UK, I think he wants about £1,300 for it though. And then you got the base there. Sorry,
massive piece, man.
Yeah, you got the roof on the
really
base.
Does look
Look at the size of that fucking thing.
That base is going to be so deep. Dagnabbit.
Yeah, deep and wide, man. That is a wide bitch.
Have a good one, Thomas.
Yeah.
There you go. There's all the kind of like, where he's cut through his bone and stuff in there. Look at
that. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
This is the PCS Dread 1/3 teaser. So this one came up a few weeks ago. So this is the gun. The gun. And then you got the badge,
the gun, yeah.
One. And then that's on the sketch that we showed before. Just to show it. So that's going to be 1/3. It's going to be a big old piece. This is the PCS Guile, Ultimate Guile. So this is going to be like how they're doing it with the Akuma, where they've got the 10 heads. They're going to be, 6 heads. But they're going to have basically the Guile with all this different stuff going on. So this is going to be pretty cool. I just want to say another thing, actually, which big shout out to Pop Culture Shock, actually. I've been looking at their posts on their group. They worked. So normally the office used to close for 2 weeks over Christmas and New Year. Everyone would get time off, but new management have probably upset everybody who works there and said to them, nope, that's not happening this year. So they made everyone work over Christmas, over New Year. And basically
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do. It ain't an easy thing that they're doing. I said this when we did the interview.
But what happened was
got to do the work.
You found out that in the new year the postage costs were all going to go up. So they've got an arrangement. They've got an arrangement going on where if they got all their paperwork in by a certain time with the payments, the company they use would honour the older agreement, but on pieces that were going to be shipped out in the near future. So they've gone through that, and I think the deadline was for today to pay for your pop culture shock stuff. So if you haven't paid for it today, then you might have missed the deadline. I'm not 100% sure. Just check your emails, but they went through and they worked their asses off over Christmas basically to get all that done. So yeah, well done to them.
Fair play.
So Guile there. This is the Raiden which went up for pre-order. Yeah.
It's fucking size of that, isn't it?
It's a bit more fitting for a Raiden, to be honest. Yeah, really weren't impressed with their other Raiden. I thought it was shite when I see it. Absolute shit. This is got so much more going on.
Yeah. No, this is really nice.
Yeah, that's better. That's a Raiden fucking
badass character, you know. He just looks like a, you know what I mean? He just looked terrible in the first one. This one looks really nice.
Well, it's Christopher Lambert, you know.
It's nice of them. It's nice of them to. It's nice of them to use you again to promote it. I mean, what are you doing with them fingers? What's happening over there? What are you doing? Were you pointing at two fingers all at once?
Beard, it's me.
Yeah, it looks like you.
Yeah.
Points like you and all.
All right, so that's a Raiden.
Looks nice.
Wow. That's good there.
As well. Fucking what you want. All that nice resin going on.
I don't know what this is actually. I thought this was the base. I thought they were molding the base for the Rambo. I thought that was, but then I'm not so sure now. I think it might be the Goro base, but
I don't know.
This is pop culture.
Not sure. Can't tell from that.
It's either the Goro.
Oh yeah,
base.
Maybe with the bars. Or maybe possibly. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm not sure. I put it on there thinking it was Rambo, but then now after seeing it, I don't know. I think it's Goro. Maybe I might be totally
look
wrong.
At that Rambo and all.
Huh? Yeah.
I like the look of that Rambo too.
Yeah, no, it looks cool. Looks really cool.
Especially the grenade base part is a brilliant idea.
Yeah. Then you got the teasing that they're doing. They've got a Halloween license. Did I say that? Do you know on our chat? Do you remember on the chat where they said something and I said, "Yeah, I'm glad you're making Michael Myers," and they kind of went quiet. I think I did.
Yeah, probably. I knew that.
I think I guessed it, and they were like, "Oh shit!" next subject, quick, move on. Yeah.
What? Talk about the delays. Talk
about Jerry's post about Ferraris. Do it now.
Just move on. Quick. Yeah.
Do you know what I would really like Pop Culture Shock to do if they're doing this this kind of 1/3 line, and they're doing like the Arnold Conan, and then they're going to do the Stallone Rambo. I'd really like to see some kind of 1/3 Van Damme being done. I really like a kickboxer Van Damme or something like that. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah, Van Damme. I love Van Damme.
There's a TV show which I need to start watching. There's a TV show on Amazon Prime called Jean-Claude Van Damme Johnson, and Jean-Claude Van Johnson. That's it. And I've seen the pilot episode. I'm going to watch the rest, but it's like a piss take where he goes and does his films, and he's like a special agent. He's actually. I've seen the first episode. It's really funny. So you've got to probably check that out.
His daughter's so hot, man.
Yeah.
His daughter's so good. It's wrong.
She's like some martial artist as well, isn't she?
Don't know about that. She's just hot. I wouldn't put up a fight. It's all right.
Can't remember her name, but yeah. This is just the Pop Culture Shock Ryu, and in the background you have the Sub-Zero, but you also have something
the
else.
Scorpion.
What's that in the middle of the back?
Sub-Zero bust, yeah.
No, but what's that in the middle at the back?
Like a white. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
What's
That white thing, like a white body. I know. Fucking Ryu looks the shit though.
Yeah.
I really like the look of this Ryu. I really liked, even for me when they were showing this and Akuma. Yeah, I see it. Ooh, who are you?
Who are you? Yeah.
Who are you?
I got a clue, that is.
Well, think about characters that are missing, like got a complicated hair, or maybe wear a hat, because half his head is missing. Yeah. So there must be like a head that goes on the top of it.
Never seen Happy JCG's asking if we've ever seen Ice Harvest with John Cusack. Never even heard of it.
Nah, never heard of it.
Nah. Gunnison saying back.
Back. Good. You're rehired, Thor. Rehired now.
This is the resin mechanics.
Yourself and all that sort of shit.
This is the resin mechanics Punisher, which actually looks pretty good.
Does look good, yeah. So old Rodney's double fucked, isn't he, at the moment with all these Punishers coming out?
I think he's getting more as well. When I was watching the Deadpool video, he was talking about, I'm getting this one, I'm getting that one, I'm getting this one. So yeah.
I hope Riali does the same. He's a big Punisher bod, so I hope he does the same.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Riali thinks of that, actually.
Looks nice to me.
Then that's the other head. That does
too much light on that.
Yeah,
the head looks great, but it's too much light.
Someone's bleached it with a flash. Because that's the problem with most of the RCB Magneto pictures. Because of the clear resin they've used on the face, when you use a flash, it looks horrible. So, I mean, that's some of the pieces you really have to see in person.
I'm going to be very interested to see that in person because, I've got a couple of good friends who have had it and moved it on and said the paint on it is shit.
Oh, yeah, well, Radd did. Apparently, Paul Gunderson says that Rodney's there clapping about the Punisher. I like that look.
Yeah, you get used to clapping, dude, because that's the only thing in between your hands for a while. If you keep fucking these Punishers keep coming out, you ain't gonna have any fucking money in that bitch. You're gonna be broke as fuck. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ!
I do like that, actually.
It does look great.
I think the base looks a bit plain and boring.
Yeah, that don't matter. Jesus, my Cyclops one, I was like all excited because I remember my Sabretooth, which is a similar sort of time. It's got a lovely print on the bottom, that Jim Lee Sabretooth print. You're like crouched and that. And I turned the fucking Cyclops upside down, and all it said on it was Cyclops written really shit words, like not even neat or tidy. They just like shit, like some fucking 4-year-old wrote it. I was a bit like, fucking shit, that is fucking rubbish.
No, George hates the Vision Punisher. The
Vision Punisher?
That's the one you hate. Is it Vision or he's just too juiced up?
I don't hate any Punisher. What are you talking about? What's wrong with the Vision
was
Punisher?
One where you were going on about you really didn't like it. It was like a juiced up Punisher, and the proportions. It's
the style of it. It's like blowing someone's head off on the floor.
No.
Yeah, it's just because it. Oh, what one?
It was like an Olivetti look, and he's got like a massive gun.
I don't remember.
I'll send you a picture later. But that was the one.
To be brutally honest with you, it's you got to like the character, man. If you like the character, you for me, Punisher's not really a big part of anything for me.
All right, so then you got talking about Franco, this old Franco Colissimo's Rogue by David Martinez Belmonte. So this is going to be massive.
Very early in it, that.
Oh yeah, it's early.
So big.
It's going to be huge.
I like the concept, man. I like the concept.
I want to see a bit more camel toe. Very disappointed about the lack of camel toe.
There's no helping you, is there?
No, there's not really. So you got this. There you go. The screaming head as well.
Hello. Quite hot, that screaming head. I like that. Yeah, baby. Nice.
And then there you go. Yeah. There'd be a bit more camel toe with them. Especially when you can see how, like, all the definition everywhere. There'd be definite camel toe. Definite bit. I like that head, actually. Nice bit of moose knuckle.
Very nice. I love the concept. Very, very nice concept. I like it.
Yeah. This then goes on to the 12 days of Sideshow so far. So they're doing another Wolverine head with no lips, which is a bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I quite like the texturing on the mask. I think the nose is a bit pointy.
These are one of them things for me that aesthetically they always look good. But I can never get past just the way they feel. It's just a personal thing. I just don't think they feel very good. I think they feel like fiberglass, hollow crap, and I can't get past that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also
not a life-size fan.
It's quite early to tell, really, because you can't really see much of it.
Well, hopefully they'll put a bit more weight in it. Like they'll make it twice as heavy as what it is, and then I might buy one.
Maybe 3 times as heavy as the actual
just so I can get over how it feels.
Well, the one I have.
Or fill one with sand.
Yeah, the one I have is well light, so yeah, it's like £10 or something. Must be.
Yeah,
Mark is saying looks like the Grinch.
It does actually look a bit like the Grinch.
Then you got the Yoda legendary scale figure. I mean, Yoda's only like 3 foot tall anyway, so I mean, to get a legendary scale one,
it'd be half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like.
Then you got the Rebel Terminator, which I didn't notice this because on my phone this is really, really dark. On my computer screen, I can actually see that that's a woman, and I can see all her face, and I can see everything on there.
Oh, cool.
Can you see it all or not?
No, of course I can't.
Yeah, on my phone.
I can see a little bit of face and nose and lips and stuff like that. I can't see any like female anatomy as yet. Probably a hint of boob in the middle, maybe.
Yeah. But on my phone, and even on my TV, it's just a silhouette. It's like a black silhouette. On my actual computer monitor, because I've run off 2 screens. On my monitor, I can see grenades on the shoulder. I can see like the belt across. I can see and I can see that there's a woman. But I couldn't see that before. I couldn't see anything before. So it's good.
That's cool, man.
I'm really liking the concept of this as well. I'm liking the lateral thinking that's going into this sort of stuff. It's good.
Yeah. Just I do want to. I would like to see a Terminator 1 Carl Reese and a Terminator 2 Sarah Connor.
How many Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminators can you fucking have?
Yeah.
You want one good, really nice Terminator piece that you like in quarter scale, and then you have one of these next to it with a couple of other characters.
Well, I mean,
and some other people. Get some shit going on. Get some. Let's bring the line out a little bit because fuck me.
Well, that's what I'd like. As I said, I'd like the Terminator 1 Kyle and then the Terminator 2 Sarah.
Yeah, Terminator 2 Sarah. You've got, then you can take in it and you can go from it, can't you? You could do like something from the Salvation. You could get, one of them dudes in there.
Well, you've got those, but
maybe even John Connor as Bale.
Yeah, you do have Bale. You do have the 1/5 Bale.
Yeah, well, that's not too. I want a 1/4.
Yeah.
Good likeness, mixed media, the full potatoes, mate. None of this half-assed shit. I don't want a tiny 1/5 one. I can't put with a quarter scale Terminator.
We did have a sinister statues a couple of months in, and we had no technical difficulties. We had a little bit when we were trying to get the pictures up. Not much. Then you got the Captain America, which this is the piece which shortly after this was posted, you had Daniel Bell updating his profile picture, which pretty much any lean man, sort of male character that he touches, it just looks amazing. That's
gold.
That's what he does. I mean,
he does a great signing for me, Sideshow. I think Sideshow really, that's a shrewd bit of business. Getting Daniel Bell on board for them, that was a smart move. But he's hot as fuck right now. That guy's work is really, really up there. I mean, everybody's some of the projects he worked on for XM. I mean, if those pieces had been released, if Iron Fist, Black Panther had been released not this year maybe any of the last consecutive, maybe 5 or 6 years, they would have been statue of the year. Either of them, because I mean, and the Electro, any of those 3 pieces, and Bell done all of them this year. All of them came out this year for XM, and that's that's the travesty of the quality of that work. It's so good, but it's all come out at once. If they had been released any time over the last maybe 6 or 7 years that I've been collecting, they're the best piece out, easy.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. I mean, and then also the which not many people are going to get to see, but the Weapon X sculpt for Weapon X, the dry sculpt, you can see so much detail in there, and I mean some of the detail. The best detail I could see was like on the inside where your arm is, and where you bend your arm, and you kind of got like the inside elbow part. Where that is, there was so much detail, but then on the wet version, it was lost a little bit because of obviously all the water on there. But that was Daniel Bell. That's my story.
That's another one. That's a next year piece though, but you get what I'm talking about. I mean, they're 3 fucking gems, man. They're Panther, Iron Fist, and Electro. They're 3 of the best pieces released this year from anyone. So, snapping this boy up and getting him working with your brand is fucking genius move. And
also
Sideshow, we're going to
also Sideshow, taking him away from your competition as well.
It's exactly it. Exclusivity. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the shrewd bit of business.
Yeah.
You take somebody like that, take somebody with that, freelance who can just go anywhere, work anywhere, do anything, and he's making gold wherever he's going, and you lock them down. You say, come and work for you. You do that, and that's a shrewd bit of business. That's what it's all about. That's exactly what it's all about. And I think Sideshow will be all the richer for having him on board. I'll tell you that.
Oh, for sure. Then they also picked up on the Thundercat license. So my prediction is this is going to be to match the He-Man line.
1/5.
So it's going to be 1/5. But the Thundercat characters are massive. I mean, they're like 7-something foot tall. So they're a lot bigger. But
I really like that.
Yeah.
So far, I really like that. It's actually a shame that we haven't seen any of them. I really do want to, see that Skeletor in person. I love that. My wife as well. She fucking loves that Skeletor. She keeps harassing me. I keep finding on my fucking eBay watch list. It's always there. I'm like going to what I'm watching. I'm like, where the fuck is all these Skeletors coming from? And it's her adding them to my fucking watch list.
Well, I've seen Skeletor, He-Man, and Orko is really good as well. Didn't you see the? I thought you saw them in Simply Toys.
I saw He-Man, I think. I didn't see Skeletor. That's the one I really want to see.
Yeah.
He-Man looked the bollocks. He-Man looked amazing.
Yeah.
But I really want to see the Skeletor. I mean, just imagine pairing that Skeletor up with that fucking Mumra. I mean, now you're cooking with gas there, son. Cooking really with gas.
Really, really cool. And then you got the Lino tees. So the Mumra is a bit more. Apparently, I just remembered something. Someone I saw in a post, but don't quote me 100%. Someone I saw somewhere said that this is Martin Canal.
I could believe that.
Yeah.
I could believe that. Body sculpt looks insane, so why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Not 100%, but someone somewhere. I think it was on the RaddTitan one. They posted that Martin Canal did a great sculpt.
Oh, so then it's biblical, bro. It's biblical.
If some randoms posted it on RaddTitan, it must be true. And then the Lino, so yeah. And then the last one is the Black Widow, which I don't like it at all.
Hey, you got a phone with you? A phone, right?
Yeah.
Have you got a phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Better call the police, mate, because somebody's stolen Captain Marvel's face and put it on her.
Yeah.
Exactly the same fucking portrait.
Yeah.
That is the same portrait that is on that piece. That is from the Captain Marvel piece, mate.
I know. Someone posted that to us, and I said that, so you stole my thing.
Yeah, but it is. It's a great spot. Who is that? Herco, is it? Herco?
No. Herco said, "Have you seen that face?
Have
you seen the face before?" And I said, "Yes, looks like Captain Marvel." And he goes, "Yeah, well spotted."
Yeah, that is definitely it.
That really looks like her, just with different hair.
Yeah. Right.
To be honest with you, man, this is a XM for me. XM Black Widow fucking smashed that. Actually, the first Sideshow Black Widow was really nice too. So I'm not really.
What about the white one that Gary wanted to trade for Doctor Doom?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't take him up on that offer. That was oh, Gary, we love you.
All right, then there's a Kylo
Ren Lifeside Bus.
Basically, we're going to do the best of the year will come in like a week's time or something. I think we'll do that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And Cody Spence is saying he's looking at the He-Man and the Skeletor at the moment, and he's saying it's both really close.
Fuck your cow, man. It's your cock teaser.
Yeah. Then there's the Kylo Ren life-size bust. So yeah, I mean, it looks cool, but it's a lot of money. I think it's like £1,200 or something.
With this I've got is just that what I mean, that it's the same when you see the PF is the mask doesn't have like a great deal of details really in that mask.
Yeah,
it's Vader's sort of had a lot more sort of going on. I don't know if that's just what it is, but for me it's quite a plain design. So I always struggle with that sort of thing. It's not really a design I think is overly ominous.
Yeah,
that much. It looks badass. I think what I mean. It's not too complex.
Well, I just think it's a lot of money as well for the fact that there's not really much. I mean, once you sculpted that helmet, the rest of it there's not really much going on, is there? The base looks really plain, and then you just got the cape thrown over, and it's a bit like. Meh.
That's what I was saying. No doubt Gary's got this.
Probably wouldn't surprise me at all. Would not surprise me in the slightest on Speedy. I don't know if we showed this the other week. I think we did. We must have. But then they've done some tweaks to the Sideshow Magneto. So they turned his arm around.
Magneto.
Like Sideshow Magneto.
Yeah, looks better. Looks bulky. Looks bulkier, a bit more muscular. Not overly done though.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether they got Bell working on that. I don't know.
I don't know. It looks great though. It looks better. That's for sure.
Yeah,
it does look better.
So that was that. And these are some in-hand pictures of Malavestros, and he looks fucking amazing.
I'm digging this, man. I'd love to get this piece.
Yeah,
something about this piece. I really think it's quite special. I watched Amber Racy's review of it. Bless her, she wasn't very well when she done a video, so I hope she's feeling better.
Oh yeah,
she did because she had all her family over and kids in it. When you've got kids everywhere, they always make you ill. Fuckers come in, didn't they? Sneeze in your face, and then they're like fucking still going out playing football with no top on and fucking about. Like there's nothing wrong with them, but you end up in bed for fucking 6 weeks trying to recover your fucking ass. But yeah, she did a review of this, and it looked stunning on her video. It looked really stunning in person.
No,
I would love to see it.
It looks really nice. I mean, that scroll. I can't remember who took the picture. I'm sorry. I'll look at it now actually. But that scroll looks amazing. I mean, the angel coming out of there and the demon coming out. I think it's done really well. I think Sideshow have done a great job. I think it's Mark Newman who's sculpted this.
It's quite an interesting one, because I think this Malavestros, like the Deadpool Heat Seeker, was something that we all sort of sat around and was like, yeah, they ain't delivering that. That's going to come fucking in pieces, that fucking piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Malavestros, basically what happened is, you saw the prototypes and was like, holy shit, that is fucking amazing. And it looked amazing. But then it was always like, yeah, Sideshow aren't going to put that out. Sideshow aren't going to deliver on that. I think that was the case,
Yeah. I mean, listen, I still maintain that their prototypes are not matched in the production area. They're not the same.
Yeah.
I still maintain, I stand by that statement. There is, unlike like Prime One and XM Studios and other, their stuff gets better. And I'm sorry, but the production pieces are not the same as the prototypes. But you do get some that are closer than others. And I think this and the Deadpool Heat Seeker and more of the stuff that's been coming out certainly towards the last 6 months of this year have been a lot closer and a lot better, a lot more acceptable. So I think Sideshow really, I think they finished the year very, very strong, to be honest. I really do.
This is by, these are Jeremiah's pictures. So Jeremiah David Sand posted them on RaddTitan earlier. So yeah, these are his pictures. So this piece
Thanks
again.
for the share, brother. Thanks for the share.
I mean, there's look at the face on that. I mean, this. Look, you can also see. Can you see like the head there as well? Like, there's a skull there in the bubbles.
Yeah, they're all in there. It looks fucking great. That. Love to see this in person. This is one of the ones I really want to see.
All the detail on the coins. Yeah, really, really impressed by the look of this. A demon as well.
Vibrant piece that. Well, that's the sort of piece you could put into sort of like a dark Besta. Would still look, you know, with a quite a dim light on it, and it looked fucking amazing.
Yeah, there's a joint there though. Can you see that?
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen the videos how that comes out the wing. That's how it attaches the demon.
That looks great though. That angel. I'm really, really impressed with that.
Yeah, it's
this was a close up of the Freddy, so Carlos Lobo Superman. Got it in.
Oh, my bad.
So you got that there. Just a few close ups of there.
Actually, watched the review of this. Actually, looked pretty nice as well. You know,
I wanted to see the base of it.
Certainly the likeness and stuff.
Carlos didn't take
base looks great. It's funny because on the review, the guy was like talking about it, and he was trying to remember where all the films, all the scenes come from. But as I was looking through it, they were all Dream Warriors. So this must be Dream Warriors Freddy from Freddy. Was that 3?
3. Dream Warriors 3, yeah.
I was going around there, I was like, that's Dream Warriors. And he went next one, he was like, I'm not sure about this one. I was like, I'm sure that's Dream Warriors as well. They're all like Dream Warriors, so.
Yeah. I'll get the base up, I'll tell you what, yeah. Well, Dream Warrior would have like the snake, the puppet.
Yeah, the snake, the puppet, and then the TV, you know, where his arms come out of the TV and grab him, fucking pull the person in.
It's prime time, bitch.
Yeah, that's it, prime time. Yeah, that's Dream Warriors. That's one of them.
Yeah, that's
the one. It's the same with the. Yeah, my favorite was actually the first one's my favorite, man. First Nightmare on Elm Street fucking terrified me, bro.
This is the Stoneworks Flashpoint Batman. I actually want to read this, to be honest with you. I do want to read this comic.
Yeah, the story is really it's a good story, isn't it? So, I got some books actually. I got some graphic novels to read for Christmas.
Think of this one.
To be honest, well, I mean, it's my problem. You know what my thing is? Is my issue with this is that I wouldn't touch these characters unless you're going to etiquettes would do. Unless you're going to make it super dynamic. I mean, doing another museum posed based, you know, of the same character Prime One are doing. I think you're directly competing, and I don't think that's a smart idea. Is this quarter scale?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. The fact that it's quarter scale is a plus, but I would probably just try and make it a little bit more dynamic, to be honest, for a Batman.
Yeah.
I would try and move away from Prime One as much as possible in that regard. I mean, it's the same sort. It's a similar type of thing.
You
know, the base sort of done and the one leg up. One.
Yeah. Very Prime. The pose and the base is very, very Prime One.
I would believe it was Prime One if I didn't know Prime One had already done one and I'd seen it.
Maybe early days. For
looks nice.
Maybe a very early day for Prime One.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the Tomahawk 3D Storm. Look at that.
Strictly Storm.
Nude Storm. It's not right, I don't know. It's one of those things as well with certain characters when you're not really a fan of the character. It's tough, isn't it?
Hey, that's your piece.
So it's a Storm. Yeah, then you got the Vegeta, which it is ridiculously big. I'm terrified when I see how big this is. So in the last picture, it's really big.
Looks great though.
All that clear resin
really
looks great. Nice. Light up effect is really great. The flickering when the energy is building up is great. But the the fact you can plug it into a speaker is well fucking tacky as fuck. Yeah, look at the size of it. Look, if that King Rao is massive, and then also look at the back, yeah, that's that fucking oh shit, what was it called? It's
Octagoat.
The
Octagoat.
Itchy the Rapper or something. His name is, isn't it? I can't remember his name. Oh god damn it! But yeah, but that piece is massive in the background, and this
is massive. That piece, that piece in the background is massive.
Yeah, well, no, but this Ray is huge. So this Rao is huge as well. I really like the Ray.
I love that Rao. Got that.
The Rao and the Ray are fucking.
I wish you got the Rao.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I wish you got them.
So do I.
You see if you trade that for a Rao.
No, I got Rao and a fucking Ray. But yeah.
Why is it? Oh, is it worth? Is it worth a lot more?
You get Rao.
Get both of them.
You get Rao for 650. 600
pounds. I have to consider that myself. It's dangerous, that fuck. How much that Vegeta cost then?
It was €700, but the thing is like, you know, these people are selling it for more. So there you go. There's the Rao, which I do really like. I like it. It's great. I don't know if that's gone up for pre-order yet.
It's class. That's wicked, that is. I just love that whole thing. Like really in keeping with my fucking childhood watching.
These are Somats, or Some, TSUME arts. Yeah. Ask him if he wants a Vegeta. Then this is actually the Wolf Slayer, and this is by Nelson DeRigo.
I know the cover, man. Like a cover.
Yeah, this looks like the one from Fatal Attraction, doesn't it?
Similar, yeah.
Yeah. So you got that. It's called Wolf Slayer. So there's all the pieces in there. It looks massive though. Looks really
crazy.
Big.
Yeah, it does, man. Look really big.
There you go. I need to see that. So I need to see more of them. I find it really hard when there's like concepts to work. I really struggle.
Of course.
So I need to see more of this one. But I do like looking
at
it. But then again, also the reason why
I don't like that. I don't like Magneto to be. I mean, this one doesn't look at it. It looks jacked, but it's my problem with that. You know, Age of Apocalypse one. You know, it's just like a bloated sort of out of off-season bodybuilder sort of Magneto. It just doesn't fit the character at all.
Yeah. Well, look at the size of his fucking
I just can't get past it. That's what I mean. I just can't get past when they're so jacked. I just can't get past it. I think to myself, it's just too much. It's just not really. When I went to Magneto, he weren't that fucking jacked. I mean, he just wasn't that big. So maybe it's a new thing. I don't know if he looks like that now these days in the way that they draw him, but it's like huge.
Yeah.
So I kind of like Bell's one and the XM one and
Jim
like
Lee was jacked.
One. Huh?
Jim Lee Magneto was jacked.
No, I'm saying that the Bell's one and the XM one and the Bowen ones, they're not as bulk. Some have him muscular, but there's the bulk is the problem I have. Muscular is one thing, but being like huge. I mean, like the AOA one, I saw pictures. I was looking at the pictures, and his abdomen is just like a fucking bloated Mr. Olympia. He's like that. Each ab is about that size. It's like fucking wow, just like crazy. He's like
HGH and badger milk.
Yeah, exactly. They are. Exactly it.
Or was it horse meat? Yeah, that's fucking over him, isn't it?
Trust me.
Then you got the Black Cat's gone up for pre-order. XM, sorry, Catwoman, and she looks really nice. I mean, there is a bite in lip. That one, I like that head.
It's stunning. Yeah, it's a stunning piece in person. This.
I don't really like that one. Of those three, I mean, that one's really nice. I like that one. That one is like, you know, could take it. But the other
prefer
two,
the first two.
Yeah.
Very sexy piece. I really like this piece. So.
Really like that. Oh boy, we should be getting, if we can work it out, old James Green's getting this one. So, yeah, we might be able to.
How is he? James getting this in. Good, man.
Yeah, might be able to review this one if we sort of twist his arm a little bit. There you go.
Yeah,
nice.
Headlock that bit up.
Nice shot there. Then talking about Cyclops, this was probably Ben, one of the XM boys, put this up as their their Facebook profile picture. Yeah. So I'm going to say Ben. Yeah. So this is the tease for the Cyclops.
You Ben the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is the Iceman. XM. Got that coming.
Looks wicked.
Looks really nice. Yeah. I like the way he's not totally
Who's got
smooth. No. So I mean, this coming out.
Have you got it?
No. I meant it's coming out.
Gonna...
Chill the fuck out, man. Chill the fuck out. Calm it. So I like the way this is all smooth, and he's got like all the kind of jaggy part. I quite like that. And then
yeah. Nice attention to detail on that's good.
Then Magdalena's in hand, people.
Hey, she looked great when we were in Singapore. She looked fantastic.
She is really nice.
It's a very beautiful piece, that very colourful, lovely piece. That.
Oh, Kevin should be getting this in soon. Kevin and Elena, so congratulations there.
Nice. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it?
And then you've got the Mystique coming. A lot of people are complaining and saying it's a bit dull and a bit like plain for an XM piece, but I do think that the problem with a lot of XM pieces was the bases and the kind of footprint of them was getting so big that I do think that certain pieces.
Well, you can't. There's only so much you can. There's only so much you can display.
The thing is, what you have to think about is, say, for example, if you have Magneto on Throne, or you have the White Magneto, if you have either of those two pieces, you can just stick her right by the side, and she'll look great. You know, that's kind of what you want. She look really good, like next to. Imagine like Magneto on Throne, and then having her on the side of Magneto like that. That would look great.
Yeah, totally agree.
I do think Sideshow are going to do that.
Have her up against have her up against the right hand side, innit? Not the side that has the magnetism bit floating, not where his hand is, because it's his left hand. So you have her on the right. But you're totally right. She'd fit with a lot of good pieces like that. I love it. I really like it. I think it's classy and elegant. I like it. I don't, you know,
as well.
You know, my fingers is. Yeah, kind of like the other. For me, I'd probably go to the other page. One before. Yeah, I like that one.
That one.
Yeah, I like that. I could probably put the second head on, and maybe the arms as there. I kind of like that. Maybe one weapon and another hand sort of on it as it is. It's nice. So what's she got in her hand? She got something.
She's got a little knife. She's like a curved knife.
I like that. I kind of like that. It's a little bit more, you know, guns for show, knives for a pro.
Nice bit of Leon. Professional. Right, so got that one. I do quite like that. I like it that way, actually. I prefer the guns.
Yeah, guns all right. Just I think with her, I don't know. I think with her sort of legs in that position and leaning back, one of her arms down just looks a little more aesthetically balanced.
Yeah.
Both hands up look like she's going to topple off the side of that and trip over the X.
Yeah. That's one of the things I do like about when you have XM pieces. They switch out head. Really changes the piece because she's looking like a different angle slightly.
Oh, yeah. There ain't no half-ass shit going on there. There ain't no rip portrait with a different hair fucking style in it. It's not that crap.
This is the in-hand Red Skull, and I think this came out really good as well. Jesus,
I really want to see this in person.
Huge piece. I didn't
get to see this in Singapore. This wasn't there, which was disappointing because I really would have wanted to see this.
This wasn't. It was there the year before, but it was unpainted. So this is one I haven't seen.
But it wasn't there when I went.
I'm hoping that the cube is the same size as the Thanos one, though.
Nah,
actually, it wouldn't be. Sorry, it wouldn't be, would it? Because it's different. It's not. I'm thinking of the film again. Ignore me. That's the Tesseract, and then his one is the Cosmic Cube.
Yes, they are two different things.
All right. Anyway, so then you got that. I think
that does look great.
Looks quite similar to that.
Love the colour.
That onslaught head looks like that, doesn't it?
Not polished, but yeah.
Yeah, I like that as well. I think apparently what happened.
That's how I laugh.
Yeah, my girlfriend was saying earlier. But if you have the bands here was meant to be red originally, but then I think they got told no because it's quite similar to Nazis.
Oh yeah. So then again, if you go back and you read the Red Skull stuff in the comics, it is like that. That's what he's wearing.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you know, this is what happens with Disney. They need to start, you know, backing up a bit.
Would you prefer the gun or holding the cube? I prefer. You know, I think holding the cube and laughing.
Holding the cube and laughing. Yeah, definitely.
Which
Same.
doesn't have it here. He's got holding the gun like that. Holding the cube like that. I'd have laughing with the cube all day long.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, agree. Concur.
Then you got him with the cane behind his back. Then this is another XM tease, which is Dark Child, which is Apocalypse sister, isn't it?
It's Magic.
Yeah, Dark Child. Yeah.
Is it Magic?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
So. All right, so we've done all the pictures.
Oh, nice. Right. Too shabby, my brother. Not too shabby at all.
I'm trying to figure out where my screen's gone. Oops, did you stop the broadcast? There you go, stop that. There you go, we're back. Right, so.
There you are.
I'm back. Yeah, so we've done all the pictures. So we've done the, 177 pics.
Nice.
And worked our way through. Yeah, we're going to come back and we're going to do what we're going to do next. So next we'll probably do we're going to do the awards at some point. So we'll be going through
the awards. Yeah,
George and I've been sort of messaging each other and going through what we think, and obviously we don't agree on certain ones. So we have a little bit more back and forward to do, and also I've got a spreadsheet to run through, which I need to color code and whatever else. So we're going through that. Most of the body of it has been done. So yeah, we're working on that. We're going to try in the new year. Our New Year's resolution is going to be to try to do the chat on a more regular basis. So yeah, we'll try and do that. Yeah, that was it really. Anything else you want to
add? No. Definitely agree with you. It's all on point. Try and get some stuff done. We'll do the chat and then we'll do the awards because we've got to get it done for the end of the year. Don't want it to drag on. So
I want to try and get it kind of done.
Next week.
I think everyone kind of releases them all in the first week of January, so we'll try and do that. Try and get it out there, and then see what we do. We always forget stuff. I mean, there's always. I mean, this year has been. I mean, every year gets more and more crazy. There's more and more pieces that you just create. There's just so many great pieces that are coming out that it's hard. It's so hard to make that decision. And then also there were so many that probably came out right at the beginning of the year that everyone's just going to forget about. There's pieces that came out last year that people have been receiving this year that they're saying, well, what about Captain Marvel? What about this and this and this? Is like, well, she won last year, so she can't win again. So
no, you can't. Exactly. It's a process of elimination, and also as well, it's really hard with customs now. Customs are breaking out of their category. It's really difficult. Do you include them into licensed products? Do you say best quarter scale? Do you include a custom? Do you include custom pieces? Shouldn't you? This is the debate. This is the problem. So at the moment they're in their own category, aren't they? But that's very hard. That's going to get harder and harder every year. That's going to get more difficult because there's too many customs. There'll be too many. for them to be able to stay where they are.
Well, as you say, if we look through all of the projects which Daniel Bell was doing, so many customs, there's just so many custom people out there that Franco Colissimo, he's done like, I don't know, say 10 projects which look amazing, and they're going to be some of the best of the year. You just got all these digital sculptors now where a lot of them are releasing so many projects and so many very good projects. I mean, they've just come such a long way in the last few years that it's tough. It's going to be really tough to decide on who will win them.
That's the problem. Also, with like category, you probably have about 10 pieces.
Also, it's art. It's art subjective, and I mean, sorry, they're saying that the Gary's saying that the Kylo Ren bust is a pass for him.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, too bland and too expensive for Gary. Wow, must be shit. Top 5. They're one of the top 5 worst production pieces. We got a top 3. We're going to stick with that. 3. So, and then Statue Forum nominees are up. Yeah, we saw them, but they do theirs differently. They do like small, medium, large, extra large, and we don't totally agree with some of their separation of where this piece is in that category. Yeah. I don't think it kind of fits. When they have the extra, I think their extra large category is a bit all over the place personally, but they'll have like an extra large piece which is a 5th scale piece. Or I don't know. It doesn't really work for us. So we'll do it our own way as we always do. I mean, we've got a lot more categories than them. Otherwise, I mean, they keep it a lot more. They try and keep it more simple. But I think with the volume of things coming out, I don't think you can keep it that simple. To be honest,
it's hard. Nah, you can't. They break out. That's what my point is with the customs. Is like there's so much work and so many different categories that are coming out of nowhere. I mean, they're adding like best gaming pieces and stuff. I mean, that's also. That's helping yourself out there. You can help yourself out. I mean, we could all do like best. I mean, we did it with best male and best female quarter scale.
Yeah.
That's also fucking like that's really splitting the lines there. That's being a little bit. That's being a little bit. That's helping you. That's helping us out. The people who are trying to make the decision, because I mean, if you turn around and said, right, okay, all quarter scale pieces, male, female, custom, licensed, who's the best? Fuck that. You'd have a stroke. Try to work that shit out.
Yeah,
an absolute nightmare.
Gary's saying about White Widow Gate. He's going on about White Widow. So basically what we do then is we'll finish up there. So
yes.
Usual guys, thanks for watching. I think that's a healthy 2-hour show. So that's it's on there. We always try and say that we're going to not drag it on too long, but we always start talking about different stuff as we do. But thanks for watching, and if we don't speak to you then, Happy New Year, and we'll speak to you next year. So Hey.
Yo. Be lucky. Thanks for the awesome support this year. Be lucky.
Peace, guys. All right. There you go.